Hi Internet, welcome back for another American Dad video, and today we will be discussing Return of the Bling, episode 13 of season 5 according to Hulu. In this episode, Stan discovers that Roger, the alien that constantly annoys him, is Chex Lemeneux, Olympic gold medalist and one of his idols. As a result, Stan begins to worship him, but being that this is Roger, Stan quickly learns that everything is not what it seems. So let's do a deep dive in this emotional roller coaster Roger puts Stan through and learn why they say you should never meet your heroes. The episode starts off with Steve telling Stan about this essay that he wrote on his personal hero Legolas, the character from the Lord of the Rings novels. However, Stan rejects the notion of his heroism because he is fictional.
Hey! That's not a hero, Steve. A hero is someone you worship and emulate.
Now, it's extremely common for people, especially those Steve's age, to idolize fictional characters as heroes. And why wouldn't they? Fictional heroes are almost always written with the best attributes of humanity. We understand their motives, their thoughts, and their feelings. Through these stories, we get a level of transparency that we don't get with real life heroes. After this, Stan shows Steve the shrine he has for his heroes that he admires.
Ronald Reagan and the 1980 Miracle on Ice U.S. hockey team.
Miracle on Ice is the 1981 film that tells the story of the 1980 U.S. Olympic hockey team that won the gold against the Soviet Union ice hockey team during the Winter Olympics. This was a major upset because the Soviets won the gold in the last four Olympic Games. Stan explains that because of his hard upbringing, the U.S. hockey team inspired him to pull himself up by his bootstraps and achieve his dreams.
These men saved me. I was born into an upper-middle-class white family in the suburbs. No one gave me a chance.
This is when Roger enters the room and claims that he is Chex Lemeneux, a member of the ice hockey team that inspired Stan.
Recognize me now?
At this point in the series, we know that only people that know that Roger is an alien can see through his disguises. So it makes sense that Stan never noticed him on the team. Still unconvinced, Roger invites Stan to the team's yearly reunion. Here he meets some of his teammates like Mike Urizioni, who played himself. When watching a reel of the game footage, Stan can now clearly see Roger on the court. This is when Stan has a realization.
I can't believe it. Roger is my hero.
After returning home, Stan pampers and caters to Roger, but Steve points out something.
Age 10.
Dad, he's still the same Roger. Just because he won a hockey game 30 years ago, he's suddenly your hero?
Stan continues to worship Roger, listening to Roger's stories about him and his teammates, and with this being Roger, he ends up ruining this blissful moment for Stan.
And of course, I couldn't feel a thing because of all the steroids I was on. Steroids?
At this point, the phrase, "don't meet your heroes because they'll disappoint you," never rang more truer than this moment for Stan. When a person that you see as flawless shows a crack in their foundation, it can be one of the most devastating moments of your life. Most people experience this through their parents. Our parents raise us, they build us up, mold us, and they seem to have all the answers. But as we get older, we start to see their cracks. At some point in our lives, we realize our parents don't have all the answers. They make mistakes, and they are in fact flawed. But who made them flawless? They never said that they were, but at some point in time, they were perfect. How does the idolizer deal with this? Well, Stan turns to his other idol, Ronald Reagan. After consulting his wife, Nancy, Stan believes Ronald wants Roger to return the medal back to the Olympic Committee, but Roger has other plans. Stan and Steve survive that crash and still determined they venture up the mountain to return the medal, but Roger is still determined to get his precious back. Throughout the way, Roger tries to sabotage them and throw them off their journey, but Stan still believes. After getting rid of Roger, Stan and Steve make it to the top of the mountain where they meet up with a member of the Olympics committee, and once again, Stan gets some more shocking news.
Oh, Reagan knew about the steroids.
He did?
Oh, yeah.
After the committee member explains that Reagan persuaded them to look the other way, Stan is left devastated. But why? Stan knows the real life heroes are humans and that humans are flawed. So why is he upset that Ronald Reagan, this really heroic human, did human things? Who told him that Reagan had this unbreakable moral code? Well, Stan did. Stan made fan fiction in his head about Ronald Reagan, that he always does the right thing. The same way J.R.R. Tolkien did for Legolas. There's no way real people can emulate fictional characters like Superman or Spider-Man because these people aren't real. Real life heroes don't always make the best choices at the end. So how do we, the people that look up to these real and fictional heroes, deal with the harsh reality? I think Steve says it best here.
Oh, Dad. Reagan and the hockey team made mistakes, just like we all do. But the good they did still inspired you to become who you are today. It's okay to have heroes. Just don't follow and worship them blindly.
And with that, we have reached the end of this video. Let me know in the comments what you think a hero is. And if you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe for more. And I will catch you in the next one.